Yeah, guys. Yesterday we are unable to see the web pages, right? Now able to see the web page. Now able to
What was
see
the
the
issue? Yeah.
yeah. So the issue is something like so we are enabling the security. The issue with only security groups. Enabling the security group port range from 65535. So then it started working. In the outbound and inbound. So we something like I will show you. Yeah. So once we edit the inbound rules, then you can add the all TCP, the port range from 0 to 655. So then custom, so it will be allowed to every way. So then in in the outbound also you can enable the same traffic. So you can enable the same traffic 65535. Then it will get guys. The issue with only security groups. That's the reason we are unable to see this. See this. Okay. Yeah, I will execute again. I will execute again. Okay. I will
Give me
show you.
1 minute. Give me one
Yeah,
minute, please.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So what is a Docker, guys? It's a container. It's a container, something like a up dot docker dot repository. So this is the repository. So this is the repository. All the something like all the repositories, all the containers will be, all the images will be available in this repository. So what I did is something like I will remove everything. So I'm in backup. Mm, So where is Johnson? Yeah. So something like yesterday I already showed you, right? I already show you. So what is how to install the Docker? Install Docker. So then systemctl status Docker and install the something like start the Docker. Start the Docker, right? So something like so Docker commands container is running on the running version of the image. You can consider container is as a mini server. It to have 655 ports. To display the available images, Docker image, to pull the image from the Docker Hub. So if you want to mention the version, we will pull it in the latest version by default. Something like a Docker version, Docker pull is the command. So image name and the version name. To create a container out of the image, how to create a container. So Docker create image ID to display the running containers. How you can see the Docker PS to display all the containers PS-A to task a container. How to start the container? Container ID. So to pull, create and start the containers with a single command. This is the Docker run command. So by default, Docker container is in the foreground attached to the screen. If you want to detach, use -D. So to stop the container, Docker stop container. To remove the container, if it is running, to use -F to force something like a Docker rm-f container ID. So to remove the images, Docker RMA image IDs. To run the Docker D-P port and container port, host port and container port. So this is the host port and this is the container port. So this is the container port and image name and version name. So the name of the container. So you can run the container with the name by using -F name. To log into the container shell means to log into the server, to log into the container by using docker exe it container id bin bash. So container id, so bin bash guys. So bin bash run. So Anand back. Anand back.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm connecting the server through go to security groups, instances. Let me connect through this server. This is yeah. Sudo su hyphen. Guys, now able to see, right? So yeah, how to see the Docker images, guys? Docker images. The command is Docker images. How many images are there? Docker images. So we have two Docker images in there. How many containers are running? To Docker PS, it will shows the containers are running in the commit. Something like I am I need to remove the container. I need to remove the container. I need to stop the container. How you can stop? Docker stop stop container ID. What is this? A container ID. You can give the container ID. Yep. So I give the container ID. Then it stop. Container is stopped. Then a Docker PS. So only one container is in running. So you stop the container. So you don't want this container. You want to remove the container. Docker hyphen Docker RM Docker RM. So something like I want to delete this Tomcat container. How you can delete by using Docker RM. So it's deleted. It's deleted. So Docker RM. So if you want to delete the Docker container, how you can delete? You can delete the Docker container by using Docker hyphen RM Docker RM to the container ID. So what is this? These are the container IDs. Okay. So now Docker
Hari,
images.
one doubt, one doubt. Actually, when the container is running,
Hmm.
we can't remove, right? We
Yeah,
just
we can't remove. Yeah, we can
we need
remove
to
also. We
stop
can.
it, then only remove it. Okay, right?
Yes, we can remove. So we can remove by using the command called as a hyphen R.
That
So we
means
can
okay,
remove. Okay.
forcefully, forcefully. Okay,
Forcefully we can remove.
okay, right.
Forcefully we can remove the. Yeah, you
Okay.
see, to remove the container if it is running container by
Ah,
use hyphen
yes.
F to force.
For F
RM
means
container
force.
ID.
Okay,
Yeah, you
okay.
understood, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. How you can remove the images. So how you can remove the container? Now you know. So how you can remove the images, container images, some Docker images.
From where? Where we need to delete means remove. Like
So from here, something like these are the Docker images. What are the Docker
mhm.
images are available? So we have a two images available.
Correct,
So
correct.
two images available. I want to delete the one of the Docker image. How you can do it? By using Docker RMI command. Docker RMI and so the image name or image ID. So you guys can do it by image ID. It will be efficient. So I'm trying to delete delete the Tomcat Docker. Tomcat image. You see, it's deleted. Docker images. Now you check. So it is only one Docker images. Docker images. Only one image is there. And Docker PS. Docker PS is nothing but how many containers are running. How many containers are running? Only one container is running. So that is HTTPD port number 80. So let's check it. Yeah. So it is 80. I want to change the, I want to, I want to change the code. I want to change the code. Something like, so how you can change the code?
Sorry, one
Yeah.
second, please. Both Docker hyphen RM and RM, you can use
Docker.
both of the command to stop, right? Both hyphen RM and RM.
So Docker RM. RM is nothing but to remove the container. For removing the
Okay, to
containers by using
remove
the
it.
Docker
Okay,
RM. Yeah. So
okay,
Docker RMI is to remove the images. I is nothing but a image. Okay. So how you
Then
can
what are to
remove the
delete?
images? You can use the Docker RMI. Okay. Image ID. So Docker RMI and image ID. So Docker RM and container ID to delete the containers. To delete the
Okay.
containers. Yeah.
When do you use the -rm?
Hyphen RM. No need to use the
Yeah.
hyphen RM. Hyphen F.
Okay.
Hyphen.
So
Yeah.
can you stop
I will show you.
stop it
I will
while
show you.
can you stop it while running, or you need to
Yeah,
stop
Docker
before?
RM. Yeah, Docker RM. So something like this
Mhm.
is a running up from 2 hours. So I'm trying to run this. I'm trying to remove this container. Okay. So by using hyphen RM, it is you can see. So error response from daemon. You cannot remove the running container. Stop the container before attempting to remove or force remove. Okay. So before if you want to remove, you can stop and then remove. Or you want to
Okay.
remove, we want to remove by using hyphen rf. So it will remove while it running. So while running the
Okay.
container, it will remove by using hyphen f. Now check the
Then
Docker images. Check the Docker images. Docker ps. So there is no containers running on this Docker mission. On the Docker container, there is no containers running. So if you want to run the container, so what is the command, guys? So what is the command? Docker run hyphen d, Docker run hyphen d, hyphen d is mixed but in a detached mode, hyphen d, yeah. So Docker run hyphen I, hyphen d, hyphen d is nothing but a detached mode, hyphen p is nothing but port 80 colon 80. Now you check it. So if the so something like we remove the container, right? Now it's check it. Check is if the yeah, you see the Apache is not running because of you remove the container. You remove the container, right? Yeah. Now
hold on, hold on 1 second, please.
yeah.
I think Docker run is -d. Docker run -d. How can you just brief us how you generate those RIP, those commands, because it's different from the Docker run, the one you show us on the list.
So IT is
This
nothing but a
ITD.
integrated terminal. Integrate will it will open the integrated terminal. D is nothing but a detached mode. P is nothing but a port. You are assigning the port. So you see Docker exe IT. IT is nothing but it will open the integrated terminal. Integrated terminal. D is nothing but a detached mode. You already know, right? So D is nothing but a doc by default Docker container runs in the foreground attached to the screen. But if you want to detach, use the D. D is nothing but a if you provide the D, it will run the command background. It will run the command foreground means so it will run the command inside the screen. So if you use the D, it will be detached mode. It's need nothing but a background. It will running the background. So P is nothing but a port. So IT is nothing but a so integrated a terminal. So integrated terminal. So detached mode. P is nothing but a port. We are enabling the port for this. You guys can see. The port is so first port is host port. Host port is nothing but a VM port. The second port is nothing but a container port. So the second port is nothing but a first port is a host port. Host is nothing but a this is the EC2 instance, right? This port. And the second port is nothing but a second port is nothing but a container. So you are enabling a 80 port on the HTTPD server, something like HTTPD. You can run the HTTPD. Yes. So it is running. So let's check. It is running or not. Docker ps hyphen a. Yes. So this is container ID. Its container is running. So running. So the IP is something like 8080. So in the detached mode. So detached mode. So now you can check it. So if it is coming or not. Yes, it comes. So it comes. So something like it works only. I want to change the page. I want to change the page. How we can change it, guys? So now I want to go to the container, inside the container, inside the.
Default is it works, huh?
No, we can provide anything. We can provide anything. Something like Docker.
My doubt is where we mention it works message like that.
It works, because of I already told you, right? In the instance, go to the security groups.
Mm-hmm.
The security groups. Something like go to the instances. So in the instances, go to the details, security. So you can open the security group. So you can edit the outbound and edit the inbound rules. These are the two rules, right? In the inbound, you can add these all traffic TCP or something like edit. I will show you. Yeah. So it's a all traffic custom. So this is already added. So I added all TCP from port range 0 to 655. So the
Mm-hmm.
port range is 0 to 655. So in between 0 to 655, there is a 80 port, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you can add this port. You can add this port same, and you can add it in the inbound rule, and you can add it in the outbound rules also. You can add it in the inbound and outbound. So then it will work,
Okay.
right? So
Based on inbound and outbound, it works or it doesn't works like that. Message will
yeah.
come, right?
Yes.
You can give the error like it doesn't work like that. You can give the message. Then I want to see the message. What message will occur? Okay.
No. It is showing. So if it is not working, the
Huh.
port is not enabled.
Huh.
If the
Then
port
what?
is not enabled, right? Something like 8080 or something like.
Huh. Huh.
So it's showing something like site cannot be reached because of
Okay.
something like I stopped the container. Docker stop container ID. Something like this is the container ID. I stopped the container. Okay, container is stopped. Now something like the HTTPD service is stopped, right? The server is stopped. For example, Docker is nothing but a small VM. Yeah, it's
Okay.
showing site cannot be reached because
Okay.
of the service is not running. Now you can start the Docker. Okay.
That means in real time, when we access the any URL, site cannot be reached means that we can troubleshoot the if that is available or not.
Docker is
All the
running or
things.
first, yeah,
Okay.
first thing is Docker
Ah.
is running or not. So verify
Okay.
that Docker is running or not by using the command docker
Mm.
ps-a or docker ps
Okay.
process state.
So,
Okay,
If
do you
if
do
if
excuse me, do
that
you
service is not started, then we need to start it. Then we can check it, right? If that
we can check it.
URL is
Otherwise,
working
there is
fine
a
or not.
issue with yesterday, right? There is a port issue. Something like the
Ah.
port is not enabled in the container
Mhm.
over the AWS.
Okay.
So go to the security groups and you can add
Inbound and outbound, right?
inbound and outbound rules, and then you
Ah.
can try it.
Yeah,
So these
got
are
it.
the two
okay?
ways. These are, yeah, yep, Paul. You can ask.
So did you copy the IP address to the web browser to check if it is running or not? Because I
Yes,
think it was
yes.
faster. He
Yeah,
copied it, right? Okay, that is okay. He
yeah.
copied it.
You see, so this is the IP address. Which IP address we want to take. So you can go to the details, then public IP address. This is the IP address. Copy this IP address,
Mm-hmm.
copy this
Mm-hmm.
IP address, and paste it.
Okay.
The browser,
Thank you. Okay.
something like 80. Yeah, it's full
Okay.
because of Docker container start. So Docker start. So let's check Docker. Yes, yes, Docker container is started. So start, PS, delete. Delete means RM. So if you want to remove force delete by using RM. If you want to delete the images, you can delete the images by using the Docker RMI, Docker RMI. Okay. Docker RMI and the image ID. So if you want to delete the container, if you want to stop or start the container, so you can use the container ID. You can use the container ID for deleting the Docker images, image ID. What is the Docker image ID for removing the images, for deleting or stopping or starting the Docker container by using the container ID. By using the container ID. Okay, guys, understood?
Yeah.
Something like I want to
So
change the port 8080 or something like I want to. So yesterday you asked, right, Anand. So we want to run the number of containers, right? Something like paying. Yeah. So this is my EC2 instance or this is my physical server. Okay, guys, EC2 EC2 instance. So this is my EC2 instance. This is my physical server or VM, a virtual machine. So EC2 instance is nothing but a virtual machine, right? In this EC2 instance, I installed the so Amazon Linux 2, and Amazon Linux 2 OS, and installed the package called as a Docker daemon. So you can run the Docker daemon. In the Docker daemon, after Docker daemon running, you can run the two containers. You can run the two containers. For example, one container, this is the two container. So the container one, this is the container one, and so this is the container two. So we have two containers. We are running two containers. So one container is related to HTTP. HTTP is something like Apache. The other container is running to NGINX. NGINX, guys.
NGNX means Tomcat, huh?
No. It's a one type of web server. So Apache, HTTPD means Apache. So Apache web server. Apache web server. Apache web server. So Nginx means one type of web server. This is also one type of web servers. All the PHP related code will be deployed in the Nginx servers. Okay. So we have two containers. Two containers are running. So something like here, I deployed as a something like which one? WhatsApp or something like a app, something like a app server, a WhatsApp. For example, a small application, WhatsApp application. Here I deployed as a Facebook. So something like in one EC2 instance, I ran the two containers. One is HTTPD, another one is Nginx. Another one is Nginx, guys. Nginx, right? I will show you. So I want to change the code. I want to change the code, something like in the browser. So how you can change the code? So you want to log into that container, right? The container is running. How you can connect to this container? How you can connect to this container? To log into the container shell, we log into the container shell to come out the how you can log into the container. So Docker exe it container id and bin bash. Container id and bin bash. So what is the command, guys? Docker shit, duplicate session. Yeah. Sudo su docker ts. So it will the container is running. So Docker exe exe Docker exec exec means execute. Exe executable mode. Exec executable mode. Integrated IT means integrated terminal. Then container ID. Yeah, provided the container ID. Then what you want? You want a bin bash. Bin bash is nothing but a terminal. Okay, so integrated terminal. Now you see, so before you are in the instance, now you logged into the container. So before you are in the instance, you see, so before you are in the instance, now you logged into the, you logged into the container. Now you are in the container. Now you log into the container. So what is this? You see. So container. So container ID root, container ID, local user, Apache 2. So in which folder you came? You came to this folder. You are in the user local Apache 2. You want to go to the ht docs. ht docs. Yes. So the index.html. Cat index.html. So this is the only one line is there. It works. Only one line is there. I want to modify this. I want to modify this code. How you can modify? By using the command echo. I'm writing something like what I can do. So echo, this is Apache server. This is Apache server. And I want to write it in the, what is that? Index.
Use the local Apache htdocs index.html, correct?
Index.html. I already in the in this folder,
Same path.
right? Just
Okay.
yeah. So just I'm trying to append the I'm trying to append the code. I'm trying to append the code. Now let's check it. Cat
Index.html.
index.html. Now you see, so this is the Apache server. I changed the code. Okay. Now let's check it in the browser. So before only it is only it works. Now it is, yeah. So this is a Apache server. So you want to change the same something like you want to change the this same headings. So I want to try, but I don't know exactly, but I want to try. So echo server. So H1, 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 H2, but the body is
Is header H1, H2 means header.
that's
So in this case, you are the one authenticating it yourself that this is really what you are doing. Like it's not a command you are using. You get what I'm saying?
sorry.
I say in this case, you are the one like authenticating it, what it is. It's not a command that you are using.
So this is a command. This is not a command. So just
Leave
echo
a
is the
command.
command. Yeah, echo is the command. Echo, ECHOE, echo. This is the command. So this command
Okay.
is print the lines. So something
Okay,
like you want to append. Yeah, you want to append this.
sorry, excuse me, but he said this is Apache. So at the same time, you can say this is a web server. Is
Yeah.
that what it is? Like you can term it anything. Like you can say anything that you want. Like you can name it a different thing. Like a web server. Okay. Okay. I got you. Okay.
Let's try this. Yeah. First, I want to redirect, right? Redirect means. Mm, what is it? HTML. HTML.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, capability is there. In other words, they can't make up that.
You say not only HTML. So then you can add body. Open means you can use double quotes. Yes. So then you can add this one. H1, it works. Yes. H1, it works. Event not found. Yeah. Then I want to add H2 tag. Close the H2 tag.
So, just curious, two things.
This is a web server. What is proposed. Then I want to create a. This is the Apache server H3. H3 is nothing but a heading, guys. H3. Apache server. Now that it next tab HTML. Guys, HTML body H1 it works. H2 this is a web server. H3 this is Apache server. Then close this, right? Close the body. Close the body. Then close the HTML. Yeah. Now cat index.html. Yeah. So I changed it to from before it is. Yeah. Before it is the only code is HTML body H1 works. Now I modified the code. Now I modified the code HTML body H1 H2. These are the headings, guys. H2 H3. So body close HTML close. Now let's try to refresh it. Yeah, you see, guys. So it works. So this is a web server. So this is a Apache web server. Got it?
Yeah, in real time, some GUI means like graphical user interface, like some application type of display will be there, right? So using that.
Same. So
Uh,
whatever this code,
mhm.
what I told you, right, before starting, I will create a one Docker image with our code. No worries, guys. I will show you. So this is, for example, so this is the code I am changing. This is the code I am changing. So the code, so we have a code. So we have a Apache server. We have a CentOS server. So this is the a bundle. Call it as a container. Bundle call it as a container. So container running on the VM. Container running on the VM or EC2 instance. So now how you can exit from this container by using exit command or control D. Yeah. Now I'm log out from the I'm log out from this container. Now check it Docker yes. Yeah. So one container is running. Now I want to run the other container called as a ng9x. Let's run Docker. So Docker images. Docker images. Let's check if the nginx image is there or not. There is no nginx. So the command is Docker run command. It will pull, create, and run the container. So this is the only one command, Docker run command. -it -d detached mode -b port number. I'm giving only 80 port, and so what is that? NGINX. It will
Detached means
automatic. So detached means it will run the. So if you see, yeah, I will show you. You see, so it is running. You see, it will showing everything in the foreground. Program means how it running. Okay, it will showing in the screen how it is running. But if you use the D, it will run on the background.
okay.
It will run on the background. Okay. So
Yeah, what do
Docker.
you what do you what do you mean what do you mean it to run on the background if you use the D? How do you know it's run on the background?
Yeah, let's do Docker ps -d is nothing but it will not showing in the in front of in the screen. It will automatically run on the background. You see, when without -d, it will showing everything, right? It will show everything in the screen. So if you use the D, it will not showing in the screen.
then-
It will run on the
And
background.
then
You
after
see, it will run on the
methodologies, do we want to add
background. It
the
will not showing
encompasses,
the how it is run, how it is started.
including
So now
automated
you can check
filtering, something like that, so
Docker
we know, like,
PS. You see, so Nginx is running. Nginx is running with the port three double uh, 32771. Let's check it. 32771. 32771. You see, welcome to Nginx. Welcome to Nginx. This is a welcome to. Yeah, you see, the one port, one IP address, it is running two containers. So one is Nginx container, one is Apache container. Now you got it? So we are running two containers. We are running two containers in the one VM, one EC2 instance, or one physical server, or one physical VM. Got it? How? Anand, Ramakrishna, Patrick, you guys are
Yeah.
understood, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So yeah.
I'm clear.
So yeah. So you are downloading the image. You are downloading the image from where? Hub. Which hub? A
Docker
Docker hub.
Docker Hub site.
Right. Yeah. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to pull the. I don't want to run the images from the Docker hub. I want to run the. I want to create our own images, Docker images. We want to create our Docker own Docker images. We want to create our own Docker images. Means so from Docker Hub we are just downloading the uh, CentOS image. For example, we are downloading the CentOS image, and so we install the Java, Apache, or CentOS within so with the code, something like how you can create your Docker own Docker images by using the Docker file. Docker file. In the Docker file, you can write our code. So you can write our code and build our own image. What is this? Build our own image. So Docker build is the command. Docker build our own image. Build our own image. So build our own image and push it to the Docker Hub. So here what you are doing, you are downloading, right? You are downloading means pull. You are pulling the images from Docker Hub. So I want to create my own Docker images and I want to push it to the Docker Hub. So this is nothing but a push. Push it to the Docker Hub and we can deploy it from the deploy it from the Docker Hub. Deploy it from the Docker Hub. So this is nothing but a something like this is nothing but a artifactory. So this is nothing but a artifactory. Whatever the images you are creating your own, whatever the images you are creating your own, and you can push it to the artifactory. You can push it to the artifactory, and from artifactory to you can deploy your you can deploy on the container. You can deploy from that container. Got it, guys? So this
That
is a
means,
artifactory.
yeah, that means using the Docker file, we can create a own images and we can push it into the Docker hub. And whenever we need to reuse, then we can pull it from the Docker hub, correct?
Very good. Yes, yes. So that is nothing but a Docker hub is nothing but a repository. A repository is nothing but a artifactory. Our
Okay.
Docker images are will be available on the artifactory. What are the
Just like
artifactories are there?
GitHub, right? Just like a
Yeah, yeah,
GitHub,
yeah,
right?
yes,
Correct.
yes,
Okay.
yes. JFrog. JFrog is the artifactory and the Nexus. Next.
Mhm.
So Nexus. So Nexus is the artifactory, JFrog is the artifactory, and so Google something like a AWS artifactory. So AWS artifactory.
These are the artifactory tools, huh?
These are
Artifactory.
the artifactory tools. So
Oh,
AWS is code artifact. The same like as a
JFrog.
um, JFrog. JFrog artifactory. This is also a artifactory tool. Okay.
Any
So you
any
can
other any other example like JFrog and AWS apart from this?
Nexus. So
Uh-huh.
Nexus also a artifactory tool.
Okay. Actually, green
Nexus.
color art factory is there one green color art factory. I think in my previous project I used that one. Not sure which
J,
one that is.
that is JFrog, right?
Maybe, but I'm not sure
You see,
that
this
name.
is the green color only.
Ah,
You see, this is the green color.
okay, okay.
Okay. Use it this. So in our company, we are also using the JFrog artifactory. So
Basically,
some other companies are using Nexus of artifactory. Some other companies are
basically,
using AWS,
okay, okay.
AWS artifactory.
Basically, they are putting the every code and everything means
In the
dependent files all in the that repository. We need to just like download that file and we can deploy it manually into our server. That works I have done in previous project.
uh-huh,
Okay.
uh-huh. So
Okay.
yeah, I will show you. So these are the developers.
Mhm.
Okay. So developers develop the code, right? So developers, these are the developers. Developers develop that code, and where he can push it, he can push it to the, he can push it to the Git repository, right? Either something like Bitbucket, Bitbucket, or GitHub, or GitLab. The GitLab. So this is the Git. So they are pushed to the, they are pushed their code to the GitHub repository, right? So something like this is a CI/CD. What is this, guys? CI/CD. So CI/CD, what is that? Jenkins. Next topic is Jenkins only. Jenkins. So Jenkins, uh, install the plugin called as a Git plugin. Install the Git plugin. Git plugin. So install the Git plugin and connect to the Git repository. So connect to the Git repository and get the code from the Git repository. Then again, so you can install the another plugin called as a Maven plugin. So once took that code and build the code, build the code. Something like how you can build it. So build it by using uh, WhatsApp .jar, right? So that is a jar or var files. So that is the a build. So who took care of the build? Maven took care of the build. Once it
Maven
is
is a Building tool, huh?
Maven is a building tool.
Any
So
other
this
tools?
is only
Okay.
log4j, CS4. So there are, but Maven
Log4j.
is the
Log4j. Okay, I have an idea on that. Okay.
you have an idea, right? So
Mm-hmm.
something like this is the code. So this is the code. So code converted into .jar or .py. So then Docker. What is Docker? So then or something like a Ansible. So you can install the Ansible plugin and took that Ansible this code and create a Docker image by using the by create a Docker image and so you can push this Docker image to the artifact. You can push this Docker image to the artifact by using a Ansible or whatever it may be. So using the Ansible code and push that artifactory, push that this is the artifactory, something like so the code bundle with code plus image. So
We can
bundle
use
with code plus
Ansible, Chef, or Puppet, right? Whatever we
we
can
can
use.
use the Ansible.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can use the Ansible.
Mm-hmm.
Ansible for pushing the image from Docker image.
Mm-hmm.
So Docker image to the artifactory. What is it is a Docker hub or a JFrog or a Nexus or something like AWS code artifactory, code artifactory, whatever it may be. We have multiple is there
Mm-hmm.
artifact. So these are the tools we can push it to this artifactory. Then again Ansible we can deploy to the containers. We can deploy to the containers. So this is the VM. In the VM, so for example, this is the container. In the container, we can deploy the containers. So for example, this is a HTTP container. Or something like we have a number of containers. The other containers also there. So this is a NGINX container. Or something like this is a DB container. Oracle.
Okay, that means in one physical server or OEM server, we can use all these tools at a time, right? So
Yes, you
interlink,
can.
all
Yes,
are
yes, yes.
interlinked. Okay.
So this is the Jenkins. We can install a Jenkins on one server. For
Mm-hmm.
example, this is the Jenkins in the one server. Okay, we can install the Jenkins. Then we can integrate the plugins. Then
Mm-hmm.
we can create the image and push it to the Docker Hub. Then deploy to the. So this is nothing but a CI. This is nothing but a CI, continuous integration. So this is nothing but a CD, continuous deployment. So what is the DevOps main goal? CI CD. CI CD. So what you know? So you know the CI integration. For the integration purpose, they are using.
Where CI comes in this picture? Hari, where exactly the CI concept will come in the you already before the picture means in the paint you have drawn, right? Ah,
So
here
this
where
is the. So this is the CI. This is
mm-hmm.
the CI.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the CD.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the CD. So before there is no I, there is no D. Other side.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no C in the integration. There is no C here. So in the deployment, there is no C here in the waterfall model. So
Mm-hmm.
everything will be doing by manually.
In
Okay.
one physical server. Okay, correct.
So everything something like manually. So here
Ah.
operation team do deploy the application. So
Mm-hmm.
here developer team manually manually build the code. Manually build
Mm-hmm.
the code and so give it to the operations team. Operations team deploy it in the servers. So
Using
before this
Jenkins?
is No, not using Jenkins. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. So
Who
they
will
are
manage?
providing it.
Okay, sorry to ask you, who will
Hmm,
manage the Jenkins means all the operations? Like see GIT and Maven and everything will be the developer will use.
hmm,
Like Docker and containers and everything will be used by the operation team. But who
hmm,
will
hmm.
manage or operate the Jenkins?
Yeah. So who will automate the process? Good question. Who will automate this process? Who will automate?
Basically automation team in real time.
Who is?
Means
Operation, uh, DevOps, the operation
DevOps team.
team.
Okay, DevOps engineering team. Okay, got it.
Who will manage?
DevOps engineering team. Okay.
So DevOps engineering manages JFrog.
Sorry,
DevOps
I have a
engineering
question.
manage. Yeah, you can.
Sorry,
Yeah,
one second.
ask.
Is it only on the Jenkins tool you can have a Docker image?
So Docker image?
Is it only in Jenkins tools you will have a Docker
No,
image?
not a Jenkins. Just CI/CD tool. So, so you see. So I'm manually doing everything, right? I don't want to do manually. I want to automate this process. I want to automate this process. I did right. I created a so everything right. So whatever the code, everything I manually, right? We don't want to run, we don't want to create, we don't want to pull manually. So you can create through automation. So through automation, automation will provide not a CI/CD. So CI/CD, the concept is CI/CD. Who will provide the CI/CD solutions? CI/CD provides a Jenkins. So CI/CD solution provides Jenkins, Bamboo, Hudson, GitLab CI/CD, and GitHub Bid Actions and Bitbucket also. So number of CI/CD tools are there. So Jenkins is the one of the example, and Jenkins is the popular. Jenkins is the open source. So Jenkins is the open source and popular. That's the reason Jenkins is popular. So Jenkins,
Okay.
Actually, this is the main part, right? So between the CI
yeah,
and CD connection.
yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes. So this is the main part. I will show you no worries, guys. Okay. So so this is the dashboard. So this is the dashboard. So we can integrate and we can build. It automatically trigger. We don't want to do anything. Okay.
Okay.
So we don't want to do anything. Hub, GitHub. I have a
Anyway,
project, guys. I will show you sample DevOps projects. I will show you guys.
anyway,
Okay.
you
So
So
will
from
show in the Jenkins concept, right? Everything like how we interlinked means how we like linked between the CI and CD between, right?
yes. You
Using the
see
Jenkins.
something like yeah. You see. So Git is the code, and Jenkins took that code, and Ansible using the Ansible and Docker Hub, and you can create the Docker Hub and push it to the containers. So something like a Docker in the Docker commands. Yesterday I already showed you, right? How to search the Docker images by using the Docker fetch HTTP. Docker image pull. So Docker images -ls. How to run the Docker command by using this Docker run. So I already showed Docker PS, Docker PS-a. So IT is nothing but an interactive terminal. Sorry guys, interactive terminal. So we
You
will
can share
interact.
this link to. You can share this link to in the group WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Okay, I will. We will. We will noted it. Okay.
Okay, you guys can make. So I will copy these comments, all these comments in the WhatsApp group, guys. No worries.
This okay, but any future reference for
Yeah,
Docker
I will
deployment
post it.
link.
Yeah, I will post it. I will post
Uh,
it in the
I think I actually did or posted it on my behalf.
thank you.
yeah, I posted in the yeah. So these are the commands, guys. These are the commands and so Docker Hub. So Docker Hub registry. How you can pull the images and push the images. So how you can log into your Docker Hub registry, Docker Hub login, push something like Ubuntu images. Right.
Yeah.
So then installation. You already knows,
Sure, I
right?
can help talk
M install
through
Docker.
this one.
So then
So
Docker
we already
file.
have an open
Yeah.
sharp
So
around
Docker
following cache
a
performance
file. So
claims.
a Docker
And
file
so
is a
when
text
we were
document that
walking
contains
through
a Please mute yourself. Who is Babila Seema?
Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I was sent this link to join. I don't know if
Who
by
sent this?
Rohan.
Okay. Okay, no worries. Yeah. So Docker file is the text document that contains all the commands used to call to the command line and assemble an image. Assemble image is nothing but a create an image. So Docker file. So Docker build is the command. Now what is a Docker file? So Docker file creation, Docker file format is something like a Docker file must begin with the from instruction. What is that? A from instruction. So Docker distribute official versions of the images that can be used for building Docker file under the Docker file repository on the Docker Hub. So what are the, so you will see I will show you the Docker file examples. Yeah. So these are the Docker files, guys. From, copy, run, CMD. What is a from? What is the copy? What is the run? What is the CMD? So what is the CMD? For examples, another examples, guys, we will take from a Docker file. Yeah. So from the Docker file, so we can use the Docker file, and from the Docker file, we can build the images, and so from the images, we can run the containers, right? So we can run the containers. Yeah. So these are the something like a from, I will show it to you guys. Yeah, guys. So this is the simple Docker file from label run work directory entry point and CMD and CMD. For example, this is the a Docker file. So from Microsoft and work directory, you can create a work directory, run and copy, run from work directory, copy, run. So what are these commands? These commands are to create the Docker images. To create the Docker images. So from a valid Docker file must start with from instruction. So run command. What is the run command? The run instruction will execute any commands in a new layer on the top of the current image and commit the results. Commit the result. CMD. Maintain purpose of CMD is to provide the default for an executing container. Executing label. Label is the instruction that adds Docker file creation. This is it. So from specify the base image. Base image is nothing but a CentOS 7. So run is nothing but execute specified command. It will execute the command. Entry point is nothing but a specify the command to execute the container. So CMD is nothing but a command. Specify the command at the time of container execution. So copy. Simply copy the files directly from the host machine to container image. So add, copy, unzip, download from the URL. env, add environment variables. Expose, open, designated port. Expose means port opening. Work directory means change the current directory. So maintainer is nothing but a not now label maintainer. Label equal to so maintainer. Something like that. These are the main commands. These are the main commands. Docker create image, Docker run, Docker start. Now this, yeah, this one. So from image, maintainer, copy, add, run, user, work directory, cmd, env. I will show you guys. I will show you. So just a file, Docker file. Yeah, you see from where we need to get the uh, image movement to image. Maintainer, something like a Galaxy technology or something like label version, or we can use this Docker file. Yeah, this is the simple Docker file. This is the simple Docker file from. So we need to get the CentOS image. Run m install -y. So here Java is installed. Run is nothing but to execute the command. Yes, it is executing. Then run mkdir/opt. So opt means Tomcat means it created the run is nothing but to create the directory also to run execute the commands whatever. So run is nothing but to execute the commands to execute the time commands. So work directory. So work directory is nothing but to change the directory. You are going to opt Tomcat. Then add HTTPS. So this is nothing but a download the file. Add is nothing but a download the file in the specified path. Then run tar icon. This command will execute. So it will execute, extract this Apache Tomcat. Then move Apache Tomcat to OPT Tomcat. So then expose port number 8080 expose. Then CMD OPT OPT Tomcat bin catalina.sh run. It will run the container. It will create the image. Then Docker image. Then run the container. Then run the container. Got it, guys? So this is the a simple Docker file. Tomorrow I will show you how to create a Docker file and how to create the images, your own images, and how you can push your own images to the Docker Hub and how you can deploy your own Docker images. Okay, guys, understood?
Yeah,
Guys,
sure,
understood?
sure. Deploy means through Docker Hub only, right?
True?
We need to push it to the Docker Hub, then we can reuse it and we can redeploy it, right? Deploy it, right?
Same way we
Oh,
can do it. The same way we can do it. But I will show you. I will
mhm.
show you once we start the Jenkins. I will show you how to deploy through automate. I will show you on. So when we start the Jenkins. Okay.
So
So after
basic.
creation of a Docker and something like push it to the after deploy it in the container, then we
Mhm.
will start the Jenkins. The next
Oh,
concept is Jenkins.
mhm.
Okay. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. We can integrate Git. We can integrate Maven. We can integrate the Docker. We can create. So we can run the Ansible playbooks. We will do it.
Yeah, sure, sure. How much time it will take for the Jenkins concept? I'm sorry.
So day after tomorrow we will start. Maybe it will take 2 or 3 days to
Okay.
run to use. Okay. After that we will start the Kubernetes. Then we will wind up.
Wind up means
Means
the
we will
enough.
see. Enough.
Okay, okay.